Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of the DoubleClutch.ca podcast. I'm your host, Nick, managing editor of DoubleClutch.ca magazine, and here we are in Rush's office after a unintentional break.
A long accidental hiatus.
Yeah.
And I want to take a second to address that. So, two things happened.
Nathan pushed the buttons last time and it broke the machine.
Yeah. That appears to be the case. So we recorded an episode 2 weeks ago that we were actually really very happy with.
Yeah.
And it got corrupted. And that's gone. And we're actually really upset about that.
I think it's because it was too good.
It was too good.
Yeah.
The internet couldn't handle it.
It was too smack.
Yeah. So there was that. And then the following week, last week, Nick abandoned us to go drive some Lexuses or something like that. And also get a croissant.
Many croissants, actually.
And so now we're here.
Yeah.
So sorry about the hiatus. But we are back. And
we are
Nick,
back.
why don't we, so let's backtrack.
Yeah.
Let's start in chronological order. Tell us about croissants.
Okay. So, Lexus hosted us in Quebec City to sample a bunch of their SUVs, and I swear you cannot get like a bad croissant in Quebec City.
I told you, dude.
Yeah.
They're all incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
Quebec
god.
City's nice too.
Dude, it's so beautiful.
Very pretty, yeah.
Like, what a gorgeous town. It's like, how on earth do you have like no right to be that pretty?
I think we
Like,
also, yeah.
Seriously.
Like, the bar's kind of low because we're used to like industrial.
We're used to Toronto, and Toronto is not a pretty city. It's very green. It's not a bad city, but it's not a pretty city.
Yeah, I mean, I accepted the stay the weekend and just did stuff.
Yeah.
Just did stuff.
Just did stuff.
No, it's got
Like,
croissants.
saw the sights, saw Chateau Frontenac.
Frontenac's really pretty.
It really, oh my god, that whole city is just so beautiful. Anyway, the reason why we were in Quebec City was to kick off Lexus's 35th anniversary celebrations here in Canada. This was the first of 3 events that they're doing, and this one was focused on their SUVs. Unfortunately, they did not have a first-gen RX 300 for us to play with, but we did get a good amount of seat time in a bunch of their current crossovers, including the new for 2025 LX 700H.
Very cool. So was this like kind of like the BMW Test Fest that I went to, where it's like, here's a bunch of cars, go play? Or is it more organized?
It was basically that, but with SUVs, with their crossovers.
Okay.
They also had a sweet 2005 RX 330 there, which I'll get into at some other point for an enthusiast corner. So
Cool.
that'll be cool. But yeah, 2025 Lexus LX 700H.
So
It is big.
yeah, so it's the same as the 600, just has the iForce Max hybrid whatever powertrain. Is the name I can't recall.
Same powertrain as the Tundra Sequoia. Bit of a power bump actually.
Okay.
If I remember the numbers off the top of my head correctly, I think it's a smidge over 500 horsepower.
And 590 foot-pounds, if my memory serves. That's what's in the Tundra.
590. Yeah, I think torque is unchanged.
Okay.
So it's nearly 600 pound-feet of torque, but you get a slight power bump with the Lexus.
Okay.
Wow, those are beautiful pictures. I wonder who shot them.
Wow. Yeah, they're not bad.
Where's the little bar that shows you all the stuff? It's gone.
I'm going to do it for first drives.
Yeah.
Not true.
Because for first drives, that's...
Okay,
all that
so, but
information
is
out there.
the LX is it built on the same platform as the Sequoia Tundra, or is it the rest of world Land Cruiser platform still?
It is... It's a Sequoia in fancy clothes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Fancy clothes, same powertrain, including now the hybrid.
Right.
Looks good.
It's a cool looking thing. It's very... I'm not sure... Okay, so backing it up a little bit, in addition to the hybrid...
What are you gesturing at? Oh, you're fixing your mic.
something.
Okay, whatever.
Okay. So in addition to the hybrid powertrain for 2025, the LX also gets the Overtrail Plus trim level that we first saw with the GX550.
Yeah, which is very good.
What does that get you?
A bunch of off-roady stuff. So slight lift, all-terrain tires, a special paint color, as you can see in those bomb-ass pictures that
That's
I
like
took.
the sand.
Like sandy.
Those tires are actually pretty, like, I don't know, it looks pretty meaty. Like,
I think they're Falcon Wild Peaks.
Those are so.
from the factory, that looks pretty good.
So those are winter tires specifically. That Lexus swapped out because
Because Quebec.
But in stock size.
Yeah.
For the Overland Plus.
Yeah.
Trail Plus.
Over Trail Plus.
Over Trail Plus.
Yeah.
In
For
stock
going over
size?
trails.
Yeah.
In stock size, they are very chunky.
Right.
So you get blacked out accents, slight lift, but other than that, it's more or less the same running gear. So
Okay. I vaguely recall driving an LX 600 a couple of years ago, and I was very disappointed by it.
you mentioned something about the ride before I left.
I thought it was super flinty, and the powertrain almost felt like it was missing, like it was trying to pull timing when it shouldn't be pulling timing.
Huh.
But that was also like a trip around the block, and it was 3 years ago.
I did not observe those complaints with this thing.
Okay.
Like, it was very cushy. Again, so like on these things, we obviously spend less time with the cars than we would normally. So we're pretty much limited to a couple hours with the cars. Nothing overly egregious stuck out at me for its ride quality.
Okay.
And I get what you're saying, because the Tundra, the Tundra TRD Pro that I had a couple years ago, same powertrain, same body and frame, whatever. That thing rode terribly.
Right.
This does not.
Okay. Well, that's good, because I thought that was super unbecoming of a Lexus, especially like a big flagship Lexus.
Yeah. Rides great, has off-road chops. Like the Tundra, Sequoia, whatever, it's not really a hybrid powertrain you get for fuel economy. You get a slight improvement in fuel economy,
Right,
but
it's more like a performance hybrid.
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
I think fucking boogies for a massive brick-shaped.
For how big they are, they can
House.
move pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah,
I remember
it
that
moves.
with the Tundra I had. I think it could fly.
It moves. Not too hot on the dual screen infotainment layout.
Oh yeah, what the
hell's
hell is
Climate
that?
Concierge? What is this? This is not good.
Yeah, there's a fair bit of redundancy baked into that third display. So for those listening to this, basically you have the digital instrument cluster, you have the central touchscreen for the infotainment, and then right below that you have that screen for climate, for extra climate controls and the off-roady stuff.
Yeah.
So it's a lot to take in visually, and there's and there's
I
a
also
fair
just
bit
think
of
that like that top screen looks completely out of place. Like that really looks like an additional aftermarket add-on.
Yeah.
Because like this, like most of the dash layout is pretty actually uniform, and it looks nice. It doesn't look crazy modern or whatever. It looks kind of like, to me, like Pathfinder-y. But this top screen really looks
it's
way
tacked
the heck out of
on
place.
to the center pinnacle.
yeah.
I don't know. Cool truck, good powertrain, I guess.
It's a good powertrain, and we're getting it again. We're going to spend some more quality time with it locally here in about a month from now, month and a half. So
That'll be exciting.
more to come on that. But so far, first impressions are like I didn't observe the same complaints that Nathan had.
It will be cool to see. I think it'll be interesting to see what it's like day to day, because that's where it's going to be most of the time, right?
Yeah,
So if you can live with it, cool. If not,
it's big. It's fucking big.
yeah, but big is not a problem as long as it doesn't drive big.
It doesn't.
Do you have a lot of on time? Like highway driving and stuff with it?
Fair bit of highway driving.
Yeah.
It tends to shrink around you. Easy steering. Good weight to it.
Okay, that's good. Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah, I look forward to checking it out.
Yeah. Very high level. So.
That's cool. I guess so. Let's wind the clock back a little further. Let's just do like a
Rewind.
quick recap
Yeah. Of our lost episode.
of what we lost, and I mean quick recap
Very quick.
because we can't put that lightning back in the bottle.
I know.
No.
Fuck.
Man, it kind of sucked. But last time we were talking about the Cayenne GTS that Nick had.
Yeah, the Porsche Cayenne GTS that was generally quite good.
Actually, not bad, yeah.
Yeah,
I think we went into, I don't know, quite a bit of depth of like engine architecture and stuff because it's fascinating to see that. So this engine is truly
it's a Porsche engine, like a straight up Porsche engine,
Audi combo.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a fresh design.
Yeah, and it's not an evolution of the old Audi 4.2 that's been around for eternity and a half.
Eternity, yeah. So even though like I think the engine numbers are like one number apart or whatever, but like it's kind of a ground up design, really.
Yeah, and I think you said like it appears that like Porsche did a lot of the heavy lifting on it.
It looks like it, yeah. So I don't know, it's a fascinating unit. I think the Cayenne GTS to me was kind of, unless you live by some place where you can enjoy it as a driver's thing all the time, it's kind of pointless. But that's a personal preference thing. Mm-hmm. It does actually like, I don't know, it does the GTS things well enough that it is like, this obviously spent quite a bit of time like with chassis tuning and stuff and making it.
It's a very convincing, effective GTS brand product.
Yes, exactly.
And I guess building on, somewhat trying to follow up on our last episode, I mentioned that I mentioned in my review that the GTS has that fizz that was missing from the base Cayenne Coupe that we played with.
Yeah, but that's all the engine.
Exactly.
That's
Which
all
you get
engine.
in the S as well.
Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I mentioned this again. Unless you really, really need the stuff that the GTS package gets you, i.e., a slight power bump.
It's the chassis.
Stitching.
Most of the chassis that you're getting in that thing, because that like for a big SUV that handles ridiculously, stupidly excellent.
Yeah.
But it also means it's kind of hard, kind of flinty. The steering almost feels like we were saying, like it feels like it's trying too hard most of the time.
Bit,
yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. To me, it would be a difficult thing to live with.
Yeah.
It's also a little too stiff for me.
Yeah.
Personally.
It's pretty stiff.
Yeah, like in their quest of trying to build like a track ready SUV, and I don't know who that person is, but if that's what you need, it's very good. And I think like the tack that I was kind of taking with that is that it reminds me very much of like the anti-Mercedes G-Wagon.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, it's loud, it's brash, it's kind of all about the badge and being seen in the thing, and about like ingratiating the ego of its driver.
Yep.
And it's very, very fucking good at that.
Yeah.
And part of that comes from the legitimacy of the hardware. Right? Like no one's off-roading G-Wagons.
But you could do it.
But they're very, very good at it.
Yeah.
Like you can drop it off a cliff and they'll take it. Like they're ridiculously tough trucks.
Yep.
And I think the Cayenne GTS kind of goes after the same thing.
Yeah.
Same idea, at least.
Like you can send it around a track and it's actually going to perform.
Yeah.
But why?
But why? Yeah.
Like why ruin the day-to-day drivability with...
Because like you said, Rush, it's like for that person who lives in SoCal, doesn't have the space
who can
for
back out
two
of their
cars.
driveway and go canyon carving right away. I get it. But then also has to go pick up their kids at the end of the canyon run. No problem. This thing does it.
Yeah.
But how many of those buyers are there? In my mind, not many. And the S is like a much nicer balance.
Well, yeah, that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the GTS sounds super tough.
It does.
It's so chunky
just get
and angry.
it does.
A catback exhaust.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Like,
and you're going to be in the same place. Like, I don't know. That's what I think. But what do I know?
Love the exhaust note on that thing. Just the bark it makes.
Even idling.
Yeah.
It sounds so like just grumbly, nasty,
Tough,
upset at angle. Yeah, tough. Tuff, tough.
Tough, yeah.
Love the sound that makes when you downshift that thing. I was like,
that's pretty barky. It's good.
also that thing doesn't really need it had just enough snap, crackle, pop in its normal exhaust mode.
Oh yeah,
but when you turn to full kill, it's almost
super.
It was excessive.
It goes into the trying too hard thing again. Like
to me, it feels unrefined, and I think that was a big problem with the GTS for me. It was like in the pursuit of being tough, cool, big V8, burly awesomeness. It doesn't feel good enough to be the day-to-day Porsche either. Like, I don't know, the start-stop was also unrefined. Like, it was
start-stop was like pretty rough. Like,
that's a complaint that
that's a lot of Porsche products.
Personally, yeah.
But why? Like, it's Porsche.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess like for what it is, that kind of GTS is really incredible.
Like ridiculously good at what it does.
And it's also, I think, it's almost like it's too good to a fault because it's so good at being race car that it forgets that it has to be an SUV. But I don't know. I'm sure there's someone that's going to be like, okay, that's what I want. And you know what? There's kind of a Cayenne for everyone. There's the base one if you just want a Cayenne for space and brand prestige and whatever. Like that exists and build quality. There's the S if you want the V8, which is a great motor.
That's the correct one.
Yep.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah.
It's pretty much the sweet spot for all of us.
Yeah, because it's also comfortable still. Like it's not trying to be crazy. It is just a little bit. It's what you want with the engine, really.
Yeah.
And then the GTS is like, hey, you can track this thing. And then there's the Turbo GT that's just like, you want the fastest thing? We got it.
Yeah. Do you want one of the fastest cars in the world and also coincidentally is an SUV?
Yeah.
Like,
and then also,
check it out.
Yeah.
And then also in between all those, you have the base e-hybrid for, if you want a base Cayenne to plug in because plugging in makes you look cool.
Sure.
And then you also have a turbo PHEV as well, which are...
Yeah. What I'm getting at is like, I understand that this thing exists because there is a certain market for it. Obviously, Porsche has done the research and figured that out. But that market, I guess I failed to see it because I could never understand.
Yeah, I just can't fathom that.
In Toronto, maybe it doesn't make sense, but maybe in other parts of the world, this thing is the perfect vehicle, right? So it's like, I get it that like maybe someone gives up their 911 GTS because they have kids and they need to do kid things, and now you don't really want to compromise, so you get the Cayenne. That's also a GTS. Cool. Not for me.
Yep.
But great product. I think there's lots of people that will buy it because we do see a lot of them.
There's a good amount of GTSs floating around. Yeah.
Also in red, like everyone gets the red GTS because it's cool. Like it's
for the flex.
It's got presence, right?
Yeah.
Like I get it. But I don't know.
Yep. That was basically our lost episode.
Yeah.
Well, no, we also talked about. I guess we'll get into this later. We'll get to it. We'll get to it. But I guess we'll use that Cayenne to segue into your next Porsche. That is this week. That we have right now.
Correct. We have no...
That's a smooth segue.
It was fucking super shit. You guys super fucked that up, and I definitely didn't fuck anything up.
So speaking of quick Porsche SUVs, we have another one this week.
We have actually a really interesting one this week because it's a fresh design. Ground up, basically, right?
Yeah. So this week, we are in the 2025 Porsche Macan Electric.
This was one we did not expect to like, honestly, because it's electric and not a big chunky V8 motor. And I think we all can agree we like it better. Right?
Honestly, I'm going to say something, and you guys aren't going to like this. This is the one that you should have. You should have the Macan Electric because it's refined. Okay, other than cargo space, I think it does everything really well.
The cargo space is not good, buddy.
The cargo space is not good. I will give you that every day of the week. But
it's an SUV.
Yeah, but okay. And I'm gonna hit you back with this. How many times do you see a truck driving around, pickup truck, not being used as a pickup truck?
7 million.
Right. I think SUVs are kind of the same thing. People like them from ground clearance. They like them for the look. They like being high up. They don't necessarily always want the cargo room. I know that's...
Yeah, but like, it's... You buy the SUV because you think you might need it. And, like, I don't think you get an adult man's hockey bag in that Macan.
Don't play hockey.
You have a Macan EV, you probably don't.
Yeah. I don't know. But what I'm getting at is, like, the EV, it drives really well. The brake calibration, the chassis and the brake calibration, even the throttle mapping. Like, dude,
it actually drives fabulous.
What the heck? Like,
it feels very natural.
Yeah, like
I love the steering in this thing.
That's the thing, because like, I was kind of, I don't know, maybe I was in a bad mood yesterday, but I was like, why the hell did it take them so long to come up with this thing? It's the same thing. And I was like, wait a second.
No, it's actually...
Whoa, like, they've actually spent a lot of time
fine-tuning
doing the things that we'd like them to do. Porsche things, right?
Yeah.
It's like, make the chassis good. Make it a Porsche.
Yeah, it rides great. It handles great. It feels good. We took it around our little test evaluation area.
Yeah.
Handled that fabulously.
I
Ridiculously well.
think Nick hits...
I've been commuting with it for a couple of days now.
Nick hits the nail on the head, though. It's natural. Like,
it feels so natural.
Feel like it's trying to be something it's not. Maybe because it's just a regular 4.
Well, that's what Porsche's always been good at, right? Is like making a car feel like making an electric vehicle not feel like an electric vehicle. It just feels like a normal car that happens to be electric. It's like the same thing we like about BMWs, right?
Yeah.
They're just very good at that.
Yeah.
And yeah, for this they've refined that sense of organic nature to an excellent degree.
And I find it gives you, you know, everything you could possibly want without making you feel like you're missing out by going for this one up from base trim level. I mean, it's fast. It's more than quick enough.
Oh yeah, I can move. Like,
402 horsepower.
Yeah.
Was it like 450-ish pound-feet of torque? I want to say. I looked up the numbers this morning.
It felt better than that. The thing can move really well.
Yeah.
It's fucking quick.
Mm-hmm.
And it's decent range too. I mean,
so I was going to ask about that.
So, mind you, this is the warmest weather that we've been experiencing for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not seeing in my quest to run it down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not seeing a big difference in onboard versus range that I'm actually getting.
Yeah.
So started off, picked it up yesterday with 401 kilometers estimated. I think now I'm down to like 270, 260-ish.
Okay.
And, you know,
that's like dead in line with how much you've actually driven then.
That's how much I've driven.
Yeah.
That's how much I've covered.
Yeah.
It's pretty close so far.
That's good. And it's not like warm. It's relatively warm for the first week of March, but it's not warm.
Still hovering around 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing a lot less of a disparity versus actual versus estimated range than other EVs we've tested in similarly.
Bubble.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
But also, like, it was
unfortunate.
like minus 20. It was cold that week. Like, well, it was.
Yeah, either way. I don't know. I like this thing a lot. I think it's like if you want like a little like EV, if you want a good commuter SUV, the Macan EV it's it.
Yeah, it's actually quite good. And I think the biggest thing with these, so like a common sticking point with me specifically in Porsches is the price. Because I feel like you are paying a lot to have that badge on the front of the car.
Yep.
And you could just pocket $50,000 and get a BMW and get just as much vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not like it's embarrassing to be seen with that on the front of your car.
No.
But that's, I think, where this Macan does really well for itself. Like, better than I think any of us thought.
Yeah, it sort of takes it takes these styling cues that we've seen on the Taycans, basically the Taycan's front and rear fascias, grafted onto the Macan's body.
Yep.
And it kind of works. I like the slight wide body to it.
Yeah.
You know, it gets some
It looks good.
wider hips to it.
It looks the part.
I like it. It's a bit of a squat stance to it.
Yeah. But get to it. How much is this thing?
Okay. So this is one up from base. Base Macan rear-wheel drive starts at 94, Rush was saying.
Yep. 94.5 or 95, call it.
So base rear-wheel drive. This is all-wheel drive. 99.3 to start. And you know what? This thing's actually not really loaded up and nickel and diming you. This one is 113,350 as tested before
The crazy ass paint and interior and the stuff
paint
on
is
ours.
that does include.
Oh, that's what I meant. Yeah,
paint.
like
The paint is $1,400.
yeah, that's it.
That's it.
That's
Part of the Dreams collection. They're all $1,400. There's a couple of different colors in there. I'm looking at gentian blue metallic. I like that a lot. But like, yeah, I don't know. You can get a couple different colors. And
it's not crazy in terms of a nickel and diamond perspective.
No, it's not that nuts.
Look, they haven't done the every single stitch costs you money kind of thing here. Like, which, okay, maybe you lose a little bit of, what's the word? Customization potential there.
Yeah.
But, like, honestly, who cares? Like,
What? Okay, let's back up. So what competes with this thing? What else is a luxurious, smallish SUV? Like, the first thing that comes to mind for me, and I might be off base on this, is the Genesis GV70 electric. And that's
Yeah.
my 23 was 84. It's probably gone up a little bit since
GV70
then.
electrified, SQ GV6 e-tron.
Right.
GV60, not really. Polestar 3.
Yeah.
Polestar 3.
And those are so you're paying like a bit of a premium for the Porsche badge, but not a ridiculous one.
It's somewhere around the area.
And then you're getting fabulous driving dynamics for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you care about driving,
Yeah.
or if you want your car to be cute, you get a Porsche.
That's a weird way to say that, isn't it?
No, why?
Cute.
Do you care about driving, or you want your car to be cute? Like, those, I mean,
What?
I guess
Mutually exclusive.
No, they're not. No,
that's the
it's
Miata
either
crowd.
or. Yeah, if you want a
Yeah.
grown-up Miata, you get a Porsche. Because it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Like, I'm gonna back this up. I'm gonna sound super
I am
super annoying right now.
grimacing at you.
I don't like
But
where
like,
this
think
is
about it.
going.
Like, what Porsche
don't
does
dare.
any like person that's not interested in cars? Like my girlfriend, she looks at any Porsche. Oh, it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got good colors. They got good options. They got good
Yeah.
wheels. Like it's not doing the BMW thing where it's got like big grill, like in your face energy.
Yeah.
Like they're very smooth. Like they're cute.
I get that. Okay.
But then also on the flip side, if you actually care about driving,
They're very
they're
good.
dynamically set up really well.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I don't know. It's kind of a sweet spot.
Yeah. Okay.
It's expensive.
I buy that.
Yeah.
But like then again, the Macan EV, like because you've because you don't have the crazy option list that most Porsches do.
Mm-hmm.
You kind of have like
Yeah, it's actually like a relatively sensible vehicle.
I don't know. I like it a lot.
I find
Okay.
the one thing that feels like nickel and diming. Again, this is not a very long spec sheet, but there's the one thing that makes me go, fucking really. The fact that this is an SUV, so kind of an upright hatch-shaped thing.
Yep.
Which you'd think you would need a rear wiper.
Oh yeah.
That is a $410 option.
It's not even expensive. Just throw it in.
Come on.
I think that's a Porsche thing though, because even old 911s was kind of the same thing, right? It was an option.
Right.
And if you got it, you were a cool guy, and if you didn't,
But like at the same time, a gas or Macan comes with a standard rear wiper.
but it doesn't look like this. See, this has got like that slopey roof thing.
Right. But the gas or Macan has a slopey roof thing too.
Not quite.
They all do.
They all have a slopey
They're
roof
pretty
thing.
slopey McCopey.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of agree. They should probably just put it in.
Yeah.
But
It's
maybe
it's fucking Canada.
okay. Maybe
Come
it should be one of those things where they charge you to take it out, or it's a no option, no dollar option either way. Because I think I like the look without, but I would probably have one with because just it's way more practical where we
Yeah.
live. But like if you live in like a place where you don't really get a lot of rain or snow, maybe without. I don't know.
Yeah, same place where the Cayenne GTS belongs.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
Because it's aerodynamic. I don't know. It looks nice without the wiper, I think. But I would understand why you would want one.
Yeah.
Yeah. $410 though, that's... Come on, man. What the heck?
It's basically free. Like, it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's free real estate. But yeah, but like other than that, it's kind of a surprise. I didn't expect to like
I
this
am
much.
pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it's quite good.
They've done quite a good job.
What do you think of the spec?
The purple on purple, I actually think it's pretty rad.
Yep. Neat.
Fuck.
I like the purple interior a lot.
I'm not crazy about the.
I didn't-
I'm not crazy about the exterior purple. I'm pretty nuts about the interior
That's
purple.
exactly it,
That's sexy. It's like egg, like a slightly redder eggplant.
Yeah,
It's very sexy.
I love the interior, but paired with the exterior, I feel like it's maybe a bit too much purplish.
But what else do you pair the purple interior? Because we need the purple interior. This
Unless
is
you do like a white
non-negotiable.
with a purple interior or something like that. That would look cool.
That's very like. It almost seems like a parody, like a Joker kind of car, though.
Sick.
It is sick.
I don't know. If you had like metallic purple or something, like I don't know, like I think of like lots of like old Porsches that we see through the shop. It's all like
Or like metallic dark red
metallic
or
blue
something.
outside with like a blue interior, something like that. Like, and it works.
Yeah.
So like a metallic purple outside with like with a purple inside, I would do. But like I don't know. I think the kind of pastel-y blue or purple that they got going on, like take it or leave it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know, white with purple interior. Hang on, let's see.
Okay.
White, and I don't know. I just feel like if you're trying to explain to somebody a white and purple interior, that just sounds like cracked.
White exterior, purple interior. That works
Okay, scroll up. A little
because
bit.
it doesn't really look purple.
No, that's the thing. It's like it's very dark. It's pretty rad.
That's kind of what I like. That's a cool spec, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty tough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the purple doesn't really come through on the interior on screen. Like, it looks more purple. The interior looks more purple in real life.
If you're a really cool guy, you're going to yellow.
Yellow and purple would look cool.
Yeah.
And that would be crazy. Bring a trailer spec.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Close that. Close that image. Scroll up.
What do you want to see, Nicholas?
Okay.
Because the audience can see this.
Under Legends.
Uh-huh.
Not that one. That one.
I don't like this. Because I don't think the color is properly represented here.
What is this? I can't see it. Oh, is this the purple?
This is like
No.
a metallic. They call it ruby something. Something or other.
That is what I'm pairing with the Bramble interior.
Yeah.
That's a way to do it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Look at-
is that the old like Dusty Rose, whatever the hell it's called?
Dusty Rose. What are you talking about?
Man,
Copper, ruby, metallic.
Yeah, I knew that. I was testing you.
Or green with the purple.
No.
Yeah, that's
Joker
That's
spec.
Joker spec.
I kind of don't
No.
hate it. I don't know, man. I think the purple interior is just speaking to me. I like it.
Give me that ruby dust thing with purple interior. That's
Dusty Ruby.
Dusty Ruby. Oh my god,
God.
that's her name.
Okay, we're getting like way too sidetracked with the fucking configurator. This is like,
I think
Yeah.
I actually have it though. It's gotta be white. I don't know.
Park it. Leave it alone.
Park it. Stop it.
Vehicle we had you want to do last week or 2 weeks ago? The Fords. Where do you want to start? 2 weeks ago. 2
Last
weeks
episode,
ago,
yeah.
I had a Ford Explorer ST. I thought
Oh
it was-
yeah, so you were comparing it a little bit to the Cayenne GTS, not comparing it apples to apples, but like just
Yeah, because obviously no one is cross-shopping them.
in the realm of performance SUVs.
Yeah.
You really like the Explorer
I
ST.
really, really like the Explorer ST. I think it's like an early contender for Car of the Year. I think it's fucking really, really good. And,
Car of the year.
well, in its category.
Okay.
Yeah.
SUV of the year.
Because when we had the Raptor, I thought like, hey, if Ford built a version of this that was like kind of like the mini trucks where they're like lower and stiffer, but with the Raptor powertrain, I thought that'd be sick. And it turns out that's actually what Ford has been doing with the Explorer ST, and it's fucking really ridiculously good. And the chassis set up really well, and it handles like actually like way better than it has any right to. And it sounds super tough, and it's fast. And I filled it with 93 at the end of the week, and it went a lot faster.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
And there's tons of room, and it's super practical. And it's this Explorer. I think Imran touched on this after he went on the first drive for the because for 25 is like the first year facelift of this Explorer.
Okay.
Which really matters because when this Gen Explorer came out in 2020, there was a lot of positive buzz because they went back to a rear drive platform, so it was more trucky. But they were built so badly,
Yeah.
and at the new line at the Chicago plant that like it was really like pretty big egg on the face for Ford, and the interior design left a lot to be desired, and it was just kind of like, what the fuck were you thinking, guys?
Yeah.
And this very, very neatly fixes all of that. Cabin's a lot nicer. Dashboard makes a lot more sense. Materials are a lot nicer. On the tech side, it runs the newest version. It runs Android Automotive now. It's not Sync. It looks like Sync.
It's been skinned to look
Yeah,
like
it's been
Sync,
skinned to look like Sync, so it's very familiar for
Familiar, yeah.
existing Ford people, but it's way better. Super easy to use, really snappy. Like, actually great software.
Would you put your mom in it?
Yeah, I would. The thing's really good. I think she'd really like it. And the thing was 72 grand, and it was decked.
Great value.
Yeah. Had massage seats.
That's the thing, like massaging seats, comfort access on 4 doors, panel roof, Bang & Olufsen audio, big ass screen, digital cluster, heads up,
Had everything.
Blue Cruise, like drove itself.
Yeah.
Like this thing has fucking everything, and it's huge, and it's comfy, and it's got lots of space, and
Comfy though.
comfy for the front.
Yes, the rear seats were kind of garbage.
Kind of not good.
Otherwise though, like I think I agree with you on all accounts. Like those,
Yeah.
like that. It was a really, really like interesting product. I've never really thought about the Explorer ST before.
That's the thing. I would have never thought about the Explorer. Yeah, I wouldn't have thought about it at all so much because it kind of fell by the wayside for a long time.
Yeah.
And then, they had a chance to fix it and they kind of flubbed it, so it just sort of fell off the map. And then, oh fuck, this is actually really good. Like, this one came like totally out of left field. Like, oh my god, this was not supposed to be this good. What the fuck is this?
They did the research. They listened.
Yeah, I think Ford's good about that. I say the same thing like when they rolled out the Bronco, right? It's like, okay, what are the things that the Wrangler is bad at? We are going to win. And like they specifically addressed all those like pain points.
Yeah.
So yeah, I really liked it, and I got out of that and straight into an F-150 Platinum Plus Hybrid Powerboost, and I felt
he's not making that name up.
Almost exactly the opposite about it.
See, I find that to be very surprising because I actually liked the last Powerboost that we had.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot. I thought it was fucking quick.
The last Powerboost we had was a work truck spec. No,
it was blue and blue.
Oh yeah, yeah,
blue.
I don't remember that thing. I don't remember you having an F-150.
That was
you had it.
No, I had the F-250.
No, that was
what?
That was in the before times.
Oh, in the before time. Okay.
And I got fucking 11.8 liters per 100 kilometers out of that thing. I still remember that to this day. I drove that thing everywhere.
I think
traffic, highway, beating on it, stop and go.
Fuel economy is not the issue.
It's actually really good.
It's the rest of the truck. Like, it's clunky. It doesn't. The powertrain is not refined.
Powertrain is not refined at all. Like
yes,
the 10 speed is up and down, and in this application it's quite down.
Yeah.
And
quality issues too. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Oh, yeah.
And like in Ford's like pursuit to save fuel, and that is successful. Like this one averaged 13.1, and it was all city. Like it was everything working against it.
Crazy, yeah.
God,
for a truck
really
that
good.
big to do 13.1 is crazy good. But I feel like every time the engine kicked off, like shut itself off on the highway to save fuel, like there was a thump, and it kicked back on. There's a thump as it engaged. Like just it's a $3,000 option for the hybrid setup, and it's not an option I would tick.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Like I don't know. This truck was 110 grand, which is like about in line with all the other like upper crust, super luxe, whatever trucks.
Mm.
And I feel like Ram and GM do it better. They do like the really, really nice trucks a little better. And not to
GM especially.
I think Ram does it better. I think the Ram is like the nicest driving, nicest handling truck. This F-150 made me miss the Ram Rebel that I had a few weeks ago. The one that I was not hot on, I miss it now. That truck was nice.
And that wasn't even the...
Wasn't anything super special, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's nice. The appointments are nice. Like, the seats are nice. It's pretty. Like, it looks good, but nothing feels amazing. And it keeps going back to that thing of, like, a truck has to be a $50,000 base model work truck and also a luxury truck.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I had the very base, like, F-150 STX last year, I loved that thing. That truck was a fucking ride. I loved it. This really failed to impress me. And I think part of that was that I got out of the Explorer straight into this. So everything immediately felt dated. It was just big and clunky and just kind of, like, I know you can do better. I just saw you do it. And then to that end, I know you can build it better because you had these problems with the Explorer and you fixed them.
Yep.
And then with the F-150 at Rush, I'll let you take away what we found. We were getting this thing cleaned up for its photo shoot.
Yeah, lots of... Okay, well, first of all, it was on the inside, right? Mm-hmm. So before, we went for like a decent drive in this thing.
Yeah.
And, okay, so small stuff. But like small stuff that shouldn't be there. Like the sun visors in the front, like barely attached to like...
Yeah, they're like super, barely held on. Did you say like the rear grab handles were
grab
like
handles are installed upside down?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
like just
the button,
strange.
the button on the like the unlock button on the shifter was loose, like mounted incorrectly.
I don't
so
know,
it's like flopping in the breeze.
I don't get that stuff. It's like, you know what? Okay, I get it. I get that it's a truck, but it's also a very expensive truck.
Yeah.
And then the biggest issues were like paint.
Paint was a big problem. That was beautiful paint, like a really nice color.
The color was fantastic, but
It's a very handsome truck.
They really messed up with the application. Like, so on the hood, and Nathan pointed this out. He's like, "Man, come over here. Like, does this look weird to you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like so it looks like there's oil underneath the paint."
Yeah, or like your original hypothesis was that like the robot arm that swept the paint across just like stopped in the middle.
Yeah. So in the middle of the hood, in the front, like where the badging is, there's visibly paint missing.
It's like visibly very thin and like super. What's the word I'm looking for?
It's like
blotchy orange peel as well.
Tons of texture in the paint.
Yeah.
And then when we got around to the back of the truck, so this thing's got like a split. I don't understand.
I forget what it's called. The Pro Access for men
Some sort of
tailgate
magic
or something
tailgate,
like that. Yeah, it's kind of it's got like a split in the middle, so you can open it up sideways.
Exactly. Yeah. So like the bulk of the
insert,
tailgate, is painted well.
Yeah.
And then the insert in the middle, again, is it's like it's got tiger striping on it. Like there's no paint.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I don't know how that would have happened, but I know that it looks like to the naked eye. You ask someone that doesn't know about cars, they're like, "What's wrong with that truck?"
Yeah.
You can tell in the pictures. I mean, I didn't notice that in person because I was just here for.
Oh yeah, no, you only glanced at it for a day, and it was covered in salt that day. Like,
yeah,
but we
I drove it, and it was great. I was fucking loved it from that regard. But I didn't notice any of these things.
Yeah, and then I cleaned it up. Like, whoa, this is like I noticed the front first. Like this thing is missing fucking paint.
Yeah, and we thought it was just like a little, I don't know.
And like I thought I would have been able to give the benefit of okay, you know, it's a press truck. Shit happens with these trucks, and maybe it wasn't refinished to the highest of standards. But like seeing on the back as well, like okay, come on, something's wrong.
Yeah, the middle of the tailgate is a different color.
Ooh.
Yeah,
because the tiger striping is so bad.
Yeah,
and then like this is just like, where's the paint?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Pretty egregious.
So still a ways to go for quality control.
Yeah, quality is a job.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super disappointing. I really wanted to like that truck, and I dibsed it. Like I wanted to like that truck.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of like, man, and it doesn't ride the best, and the powertrain's kind of clunky.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If you're dropping 90, 100, like nice truck money on a nice truck, I don't know that I'd be doing an F-150. I think Ford still makes the best trucks for doing truck stuff, but for luxury shit, I don't know. I'd be looking elsewhere personally.
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is, that the Powerboost isn't really limited to the platinum trim level.
No, you can get it with or without, and you can get it on lower specs. And like for a lot of applications, I think like that the Powerboost works.
Yeah,
it works as advertised. It's a lot of extra power and a lot more fuel economy. Especially like if you do a lot of like urban city driving, like you'll actually make that money back pretty fast.
Yeah, Paul had last fall. He had the XLT. No, you had the XLT.
I had the STX. I had the gray one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he probably had the XLT, which has the same powertrain. That one was about 90 as tested.
$90,000 for an XLT.
Jesus Christ!
I mean, your STX was like 75.
72, yeah. Well, that truck was super bass too. Like it's like a regular key. I really like that truck. The thing was great.
90 grand for an XLT. I don't know.
Lariat, one of the.
But Lariat's a big difference from
Lariat's a big difference.
Mid-ish trim levels.
Like Lariat's a nice truck.
Yeah.
XLT's still pretty.
I don't know. I haven't driven a GM in like a little while, so that's kind of like that memory's getting a little dusty.
Yep.
But I remember thinking that drove nicer, rode nicer, felt nicer. Powertrain's obviously way better because V8 motor.
Yep.
The Ram actually is the best driving truck you can buy right now. They're fucking great. They're fucking great. I'm still not nuts on the Hurricane engine, but it's good at what it does. It feels good. Lots of power. Yeah. Kind of a bit of a lame duck.
Bit of it, yeah.
What else do you want to talk about? Speaking of hybrids, we have a very, very good hybrid in the garage this week.
We do. We're not going to dwell too much on it because we had a very similar vehicle last year. Mm-hmm. It is also our car of the year.
Yeah.
So it kind of needs no introduction. We have the Civic Hybrid hatchback this week. And I came back thinking, honestly, name a better
regular car.
Yeah.
Regular car you can buy right now.
You can't. I get the Civic and the hatchback mixed up. They look so similar.
They're also built in different plants, though, aren't they? Like, one of them's built in Canada, the other one's built in Ohio or something. Hang on, let me look this up.
I like honestly, man, SI who?
Yeah.
Like, unless you're dead into saving the manuals and whatnot, like go for the hybrid.
The hybrid almost it drives better.
It drives better, and it's quicker.
It's more refined. Mm-hmm. It's quicker, is it?
It is quicker, yeah, because it's got the same power, more torque, and no million-mile rev hang.
Mm-hmm.
The rev hang was really bad in the
the SI was a car we all wanted to like, and was kind of like, it's been undone by itself. Whereas the Civic Hybrid is literally very, very excellent at absolutely fucking everything.
Mm-hmm.
I can't really find fault with it.
Yeah, like really nice build. It has paint.
Deceptively roomy.
Like crazy rear seat room, tons of cargo room, more cargo room than the Macan.
Yeah. When you talk about really nicely built, like it just, you get in it and it feels quality.
Yeah, like it just feels nice. It doesn't
like nothing in there you can point to is like, oh, that's cheap.
Yeah.
Oh, and the infotainment, is that a new update?
It seems updated.
There's more Google bits in there. I noticed. I don't quote.
Well, I think it's skinned like the old one.
Yeah.
Which was still Android based, obviously, but like this one just feels like the screen looks like it's either better resolution or something. Yeah. To me, it feels updated and it's really snappy.
It feels much snappier, yeah. Way snappier. We both noticed that.
I like that they kept the physical shortcuts on.
They're smart about it. You keep some of the physical shortcuts. You have like embedded soft shortcuts that are like always fixed on the side of the screen. Like they thought this out really well. Honda's interior design right now is like ace. It's some of the best at any price point. They're just like good materials, good layout. It's attractive.
Yeah,
tons of room, lots of storage. Like, it handles great, rides great. Like there's nothing that car doesn't do really, really well.
Absolutely. Like very impressed with it.
Yeah, and John's averaging 5.1 liters per 100 in it.
That is insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's actually like it's difficult to come up with things to say about it because like it's just very good. If you want to buy a car, go buy that car. Like, yeah. Is it good at this? Yeah. Is it? Like, what about that? Yeah. Like it's that. Go buy that one. If you want a car-shaped car or even a small SUV, because this thing is in a lot of ways more practical than a small SUV, go buy that.
Yeah.
Sort of a do-it-all solution.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the hatchback is built in Indiana.
Right.
And the
standard
sedan is built in Allison.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do you know the old hatch used to be built in the UK?
Yeah, the old one.
The EB3 did, I think.
No, even the previous gen hatch.
Really?
Yeah. It's built in the UK.
And the Swindon plant.
Mm-hmm. Swindon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really... I don't... Okay. I'm not crazy about the hatchback styling. I feel like the rear end looks a little chopped off. To me.
You know what the problem is? I think the standard sedan looks really good. And the hatch, like, because you know what the sedan looks like, I think that's why I'm like, that looks weird.
Isn't the sedan... Okay, I'm dumb. I haven't spent a lot of time with Civic. Is the sedan also... I've never had a press Civic. Is the sedan also a liftback?
No.
Nope.
It is like a traditional trunk. But it looks like a liftback. Because it's got the slopey rear glass.
Sort of, man.
A little more slopey. The previous gen was more...
I mean, it's not as slopey as like the Macan EV.
Yeah. I'm pretty... Whatever.
It's not.
Yeah. Yeah. Very good car. Go buy one.
Yep.
How much is this thing? You just had it up. Wasn't it like 40 for like a loaded one?
40-ish with destination.
You won't say.
Yeah, I think I saw 41 for like a loaded touring.
40?
40 grand for a sport touring hybrid. So like every single option ticked with like leather and all the nice stuff.
Yeah. But you can get it on the
Sport?
You can get the hybrid powertrain with the Sport.
Which is 36.
For a good bit less.
Right. That is quite a bit less, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's still a nice car.
Oh, yeah.
Very nice car.
But I think this one is the touring, no?
Yeah. Yeah, because it's got the big wheels.
Big wings?
Yep. Yeah. which look really nice.
What paint is that? I thought it was like blue.
It's like a screaming bright blue. Yeah, I don't see it on the configurator here, but it looks great.
It really does look nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's because you have the high spit sedan. I don't know. Whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever. Bottom line, good car.
Best car.
Wait, hang on. We might have gotten this pricing wrong then. So the hatchback, because it's built in different plant, has different paint, I guess.
Okay.
Wait 1 second. Open.
This is brutal.
It is brutal. Okay, so the hybrid sport touring hybrid.
I see. Yeah.
30
is 41.9, which probably includes
destination, all that stuff.
$3K for freight, PDI, and fees.
Yeah.
So that's actually like I don't know. Even the coupe, or sorry, like the sedan, there's not much of a difference between the sedan.
The coupe is like, or patch, whatever, is like slightly more.
Slightly more, yeah. But you can kind of just pick whatever you like.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
There's that blue. Yeah.
Yeah, it's sharp. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah, perfect good car.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All the car you need.
Yeah.
And that takes us to the end of this week's episode.
Yeah, that about wraps us up.
Cool.
Probably summarized the last episode a little too fast. It was just hard to tread over that.
I know,
because that was such a good episode in the moment, and now it's like, yeah, it's Porsche, it's good. I don't know. I think I said this.
Well, it's because we have like really organic. I don't know. Thought about it. It was like, we just driven it, and it was like, I can actually point out what I like and don't like about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the kind of like I don't know, kind of off topic here, like off topic, on topic, but it's hard when you drive so many things for a week because you never really live with something. Like you'd be surprised how many things that you can, get used to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you're not being critical of something, like,
and that's the one thing with that, like, it is sort of endemic in what we do. Like, you get used to these idiosyncrasies, like whether it's somewhat frustrating touchscreen ergonomics at first that you just get used to eventually.
Yeah, we also just learn things too, like, all Kias are like this, Hyundais are all like this, BMWs are all like this, and you stop thinking about it so much.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or things like, I keep going back to the Hummer EV. I hated it. I hated it.
Yeah.
It was such a piece of shit. I hated it. And at the end of the week, I was laughing the whole time. I loved it.
Yeah. Which is kind of funny. Like, I don't know. So, but then that's also the thing. It's like, if you take a car out on a test drive, your initial impression means the most, right?
Sometimes. I don't know. We've talked about this before, where there's been a lot of cars where I've not liked them on day one and then, like, fallen in love on day two. Like, it's rare that I, like, get into a car and instantly go, yeah, this hits.
Except for the Miata.
Except for the Miata and the Civic Hybrid. And
Little Harv.
Yeah.
And the Explorer ST. The ones that hit instantly are, like, always 10 out of 10 gems.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's interesting to think, like, okay, like, for a lot of people, a car is a car, right? Like, a lot of people will just be like, oh, it's a Civic, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't think about it that much. Also, like, there's not nearly as much, like, the amount of rotating we do is weird. Like, most people will go for years only driving their only car.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm driving this Civic for 4 years, and then I will get another Civic and drive that for 4 years.
Because I got a great lease rate or finance, whatever it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's so many external factors.
Yeah, there's no homies cars, there's no friend. Like, it's just like, it's my car, and it's the only car I drive. Everything else is something super weird.
I cannot wrap my head around that. Mm-hmm. Like, how do you commit for so long?
Uh-oh.
You're married.
Yeah.
Cars are different. Cars are different.
I hope so.
Oh my god.
They are. Unless it's a Miata. Then that is forever car. Miata's forever.
No, but you had different Miatas, though. That's the thing. You kind of switched it up. You're like, oh, I don't like Miata.
Fucking slut.
Yeah, because I made a mistake, and then I was like, okay, now I'm not getting rid of this one. And I'm not.
Okay, you had an NA.
NB.
Oh, you had an NB first.
Yeah.
That's a mistake.
Yeah.
I like NBs.
No.
Yeah.
They're ugly.
We're looking them up today. You like them.
Ugly.
No, I like them because they're cheap.
They're not cheap.
Bro, they're the cheapest ones for a reason. No one likes it.
You're dumb.
Okay.
Okay,
we're getting off track.
Goodbye.
Off track.
It's Cars on a Car podcast. How's it off track?
That's true.
Yeah.
This is like the actual organic me talking about, man, Nathan's wrong, and Nathan's like, no, you're wrong.
And NB is just
Turns out
a nicer NA. They're mechanically the same, and NB is a nicer NA.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
but the NA has all of the character. Because to me, it looks better.
I like NBs too.
And I think that you're wrong.
I like later NBs. You were looking at the silver one today with like the...
And it was alright, but the reason I looked at it is because it was the only one on 10K.
The car was $11,000.
Oh, something like that.
Yeah.
But like it was okay, but like an NA was like 19.
Who invited this guy?
You.
That's true.
I don't know.
Shit.
But then I think the ND is like kind of the coolest Miata.
Yeah, we were talking about that too. How like
I just wouldn't pay ND money for an ND. I don't know.
I like Miatas, but but I've never bought one. I'm especially into the ND. That even above and beyond just the realm of Miatas. I don't like it because of Miata. I like it because it's the fucking best sports car. And it
Sports
happens to be a Matsuda.
Yeah. I don't know.
Like they really crush that. That's instant classic. It's such a home run. I firmly stand behind that. It's
Instant
so
classic.
good. I really think so.
I mean, there's a reason why they haven't really changed it much over 9 years.
Yeah,
Can't mess with perfection.
yeah.
They
That-
just
All they did was
don't
give it more
miss.
power.
Yeah.
A lot more power. God, it's good.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. All right.
And that actually wraps us up.
And on that note, thank you all for tuning into this week's episode. Again, we're sorry for the unintentional delay, but hey, we're back. If you wish to follow along on our automotive misadventures, you can do so at doubleclutch.ca on our socials. In the meantime, Rush, Nathan, thank you all for joining. And last but not least, thanks for listening, Nathan's mom.
Bye.